Hello and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Now today's review is for a brand new Netflix original movie, Extraction, directed by Mr. Hargrave himself. Now Hargrave used to be a stunt coordinator on those movies and those Marvel movies and those Avenger movies. Did some doubling for Chris Evans. It's written by Joe Russo, who's part of the team of the Russo brothers who directed those Avenger movies. Now, this is a big deal. They're trying to separate themselves from the superhero drama, which I greatly appreciate. You know, you don't want to be known just for that. And Netflix is always welcoming new people and paying them substantial amounts of monies to come on over to the light side. And this movie, offhand, man, I had a blast. This movie was straight action, fun, some slow moments, but the slow moments are not bad because they have to touch in and tell a little bit of a story. Chris Hemsworth is the leading role in this movie, Mr. Tyler Rake. He's a black market mercenary and has been ordered and hired to extract a young Indian boy from this criminal who is the son of a gigantic drug lord who's in prison. And yeah, he can touch you from inside. Now, the cool thing about this movie, the person that was in charge of watching my man's son slipped through his fingers. He went to a club, got kidnapped, got abducted, and my man went to go visit his homeboy in prison. He goes, "Look, man, get my son or I'm going to get yours. And don't think I can't touch you from in here." I'm like, I like that. I really, really, really like that. And the funny thing about this movie, is it just me? Or the other protagonist / antagonist, anti-hero, look a lot like John Travolta. Even had his hair pulled back. I'm like, it looked like John Travolta from Pulp Fiction. I kept looking at him. I was distracted the whole movie by the way he looked. I mean, if he had a twin out there, that is he. But the action, incredible. I said incredible. But the way the movie is shot stands out more than anything. It might be groundbreaking way of shooting action. It is breathtaking. It puts you right in the front seat of the action taking place. You get the look from the action from a distance and then up close within seconds. It cuts back and forth. I've never seen it done like that before. And to compare it to a movie, just recently we had 6 Underground that came out on Netflix, action movie. This movie trumps that. It kills it in action. I really enjoyed it. And you can understand everything that's going on, the hand-to-hand combat, everything. And my man Chris Hemsworth does a lot of his own stunts, which I truly admire. Looked like he had more fun doing this than some of those Avengers movies because he didn't have to share the screen with nobody, because there is nobody in this movie with him. He is the star amongst stars. The director plays a role in the movie. He's the sniper with the beard. Yeah, I like that. I like when the director puts himself into a movie. David Harbour's in this movie for about 15 seconds. He's all right. Didn't care for his character. I'm hearing a lot of people say the character development is terrible. Who gives a rat's ass? All you critics out there, guys, if you want to listen to them, go right ahead. It's a Netflix action movie. Who cares about character? There's enough character development. You know what's going on, and when things happen, either you feel sad or you don't, or you're shocked. Pretty much that's it. Now, there's a woman in this movie. I've never seen her before. She's East Indian. Lord Jesus have mercy. Whenever she's on screen, I need to grab a paper towel and wipe the drool from my lips. She is breathtakingly beautiful. She is stunning. And she plays a major role. She's not just beauty. Towards the third act, man, she jumps into action, and I was very, very impressed. The movie is bloody, it's gruesome, it's grotesque, and I loved it. And it was necessary for a type of movie like this. I mean, little kids was getting thrown off the top of roofs in this movie. Oh, you don't know where the money's at? Oh, who did it? Grab his ass. Meow. Now, the antagonist in this movie wasn't believable. The big drug lord in this movie did not do nothing for me. Now, his henchmen were pretty cool, but all he did was like, you're going to lose a couple of your fingers. And he didn't even do it. His homeboys going around cutting off people's fingers when they messed up. And he employed little kids to do his dirty work. I'm like, no, man, it's not believable. I didn't like him at all. That was the only negative for me, was the antagonist in this movie. I mean, he did some gruesome things, or he told people to do gruesome things, and that's about it. But that was the weakest part of this movie, was definitely the villain. But man, the way the movie was shot, the color palette, I really like it, because this movie takes place in India, and I'm seeing buildings and streets I never really seen before up close and personal. It was a nice break from these Hollywood movies, always filming in locations that's familiar. India has some geography that is really, really interesting. So when they're running through these buildings and these apartment complexes and things like that, it's amazing. The car, the driver's seat is on the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side. So when the car took off and it was driving, I thought the little kid was driving at first. I'm like, oh, the little kid can drive like that? Then I realized, oh, the steering wheels or whatever, where the big boy's at. But man, I really enjoyed it. And then, like I said, the color palette, it was very hot. So they made the camera and the color palette interact with each other to make you feel like you were hot, you were sweaty, you felt the heat, you felt the vapors in the air. Kind of reminded me of Do the Right Thing with Spike Lee. How in that color palette, everything had a little reddish, goldish tint. It always seemed hot, musty, and sweaty. This movie did the same thing, because everybody in this movie looked like they stank. Looked like they were sweaty, no deodorant, no perfumes, no body spray, just funk on top of funk equals double funk. And man, it looked very realistic. The blood splatters, I didn't see any CGI blood. It looked really, really good. And Chris Hemsworth, I love him in this role. He really did the damn thing. I love this film. I have no complaints except a couple of minor ones. But if you got some quarantine time, and I know that you do, go to Netflix, tune in. This movie is sure fire action. And it's original. You know, I like the script. It's basic, simplistic, but you know what? It gets to the point. There's no subplots. There's no trick questions at the end. There's none of that crap. Get in, get out, get the kid. Oh, by the way, there's another guy trying to get the kid too, so watch your back. And I like it. And it's obvious. You see the team up happening a mile away. You know what's going to happen. You know who's going to die. You know who's going to be left fatherless. It's very, very obvious. But doesn't take away from the entertainment value of this flick. Yo, Extraction. If you got time this weekend, quarantine yourself and get some quarantine time in with Netflix and check out this flick. It's sure fire. But yo, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. Until next time, yo, it's just my point of view. Hello. Now, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Without you, there's no me. And do us a favor, stop by the website at www.blacktastic.net and pick up some merchandise. Get yourself a hat or pick up a t-shirt. It's things like that that help keep the channel going. And also, feel free to leave a donation on the home page at www.blacktastic.net. Thank you all so much. Again, you make this so much fun. Without you, there's no me. Until next time, see you later.